Well, Karen, you called, and I came a-running. What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite host and jealous hater, Apoc, and welcome back to the channel. So Keren Swan is up to her usual tomfoolery yet again, but this time on TikTok. And yes, as the title states, she's actively lying about her so-called miscarriages and infertility.
She would never lie about such things, Apoc. How could you say that? What is wrong with you?
Sure, Jan.
Yeah, you know, when you're right, you're right. There's no way anyone, especially me, should think that Karen, of all people, would lie about such things. Yeah, it's not like Karen faked a pregnancy by claiming one as her own in the middle of a pandemic after having a miscarriage. No, she would never do that. Oh wait, she did. You know, I bet you that all the stans that follow the Prince family and support them thought the same thing when they clickbaited and faked a stillborn baby. Which what? I made a video on. It's there, and there's proof that they lied. All you gotta do is watch the video. Not to mention this other TikToker, who I'm going to be covering soon, misled her following into believing that she had a miscarriage, when in all reality, she chose to have an abortion, but misled all of them to weaponize her community against another creator.
Yeah, but no one would ever do such a thing.
There's a huge difference between a miscarriage and an abortion. One is by your own choosing, the other, you are being stripped of your choices and your world gets ripped away from you. That TikToker did what her audience never thought that she would do. She did the unspeakable. What all of us think would be a limit for everyone. But no, because these people have no morals. They have no moral compass, man. They don't. They don't care. They just care about sympathy, pity, and views and money. That's it. They don't care about anything else. And if you're new here, that's like the entire point of my channel. It can be a hard pill to swallow sometimes, I mean, I get it. Especially if you've been watching these people for years. But you gotta remember, there's a paycheck behind all of this. And that same TikToker, the one who manipulated everyone, even after being found out about her lies and manipulation, was still begging for money online with her Cash App. And people gave her money. But yeah, go ahead and toss a pathological liar all your hard-earned money. All this stuff is in your face too, so I don't know why it shocks anyone anymore, especially when people like me come on and expose it for you. But anyways, before we move on, I should clarify to keep all you dorks from any confusion at all. This is not the kkandbabyj video you're looking for. I know I've been teasing it for a bit now, but this isn't it. I've been working on the video and it's just taking more time than I thought because of the highly detailed work and research that's put into it. Plus, you know, trying to push out other content in between takes up a lot of time as well. But trust me, the wait will definitely be worth it because it will end this thing once and for all. You know, they'll still go on and gaslight people who don't get wind of my video, but there is literally no argument to what I'm about to put out. I guess this is just some filler in between. But until we release that video, today's video is addressing that Karen is still actively lying on another platform, TikTok, like I said, manipulating them all into believing that she had an infertility struggle and a handful of miscarriages. And she's doing all this without giving any sort of context at all. You know, kind of like DCP. She's begging for all that attention and sympathy online and she's getting it, manipulating even more people, and it's pissing me off. Which, you know, really isn't abnormal for Karen. That's just who she is. But it is quite odd because this was just out of the blue. It was out of nowhere. I mean, I didn't antagonize her. I've actually been slacking on my kkandbabyj content as of late. And I don't know, maybe this is her way of reaching out, telling me she wants another video debunking her. And of course, you all know Apoc will answer that call. So here we are. We all know that that clout baby cash money didn't give them what they wanted, regardless of effort, regardless of all the clickbait and child exploitation. And now Karen is trying her tactics yet again in order to get what she wants. Typical. But hey, didn't work in 2020, didn't work in 2021, and it sure the hell isn't gonna fly in 2022. Okay, let's get it. How the hell they gonna judge us when we came from the bottom? We ain't never had enough. We was living life rough. So obviously I'm not going to actually play the TikTok clip because a new copyright claim really isn't my kink, dog. We trying to get the bag. However, this clip has a caption, and that's what we're going to be diving into. Seeing someone suffer through infertility and multiple miscarriages, and not telling them they are faking it. Just relax, at least it was early on. It wasn't a real loss or just adopt. Okay, so even though this is a little caption, it's a mess, and there's actually a lot to unpack here. And you know your boys come with all those receipts, man. No one said that about her, aside from her faking it, that is. But you notice the pattern that all this is in captions? With no proof that that anyone actually said any of these things. I always see stuff like this on TikTok, people quoting what other people have said to them, yet if they actually said it, why don't you just like throw up the comment? It doesn't make any sense. It just leads me to think that nobody said that at all. But of course, the main reason people speculated that Keren faked all of this was because she literally clickbaited pregnancy all to hell during her apparent struggle.
We need a fourth baby now.
And this was literally right after one of her losses. Like literally. Not to mention they took a 2-week break a couple months after their apparent losses because they were burnt out on vlogging. Yet after having all those back-to-back miscarriages and infertility, there wasn't a damn hiccup in their upload schedule. Not at all. In May 2020, Keren literally vlogged her miscarriage as it was actively happening. To be honest, I'm shocked she didn't show it to us. Well, the reason why she didn't was because it's not real. So they take the break because they deserved it or whatever. Not mentioning one thing about miscarriages or infertility. They were just burnt out, like they said, and that's it. That's all they mentioned. But they're tired of documenting themselves living their best life, supposedly, but didn't have that same energy for when they actually had a struggle. Make it make sense. Oh, and let's not forget this gem, Keren, where you revealed your June 2020 6-week pregnancy that ended up as another miscarriage that was also a paid and sponsored video. That's right, I said sponsored. Just seems a little odd to me, man. Just a tad bit off-putting that you would include a paid sponsorship in a video based around you announcing your 4th loss. So please explain that to us, that why in a time where you're losing a baby or you're announcing to your audience that you lost your baby for the first time, that you're thinking about even more money on top of the revenue you're getting from your video, because you're damn right, she monetized everything. Maybe she should take a chill pill. Which, by the way, what the hell is the context to people saying that Keren should just relax? Because that really doesn't sound like shade to me at all. Seems like her following was just concerned for her, that she was still trying for baby number 4 after having all those losses, apparently, while also never going to the doctor not once.
Just one more. That's another question, is if we're still trying. So yes and no, because there's issues that I have to take care of, but you know, maybe a miracle will happen, right?
This clip that I just showed was roughly 4 months after they decided to stop trying for baby number 4, and Keren finally opening up that she couldn't have any more babies due to her extensive scar tissue damage, which she claimed to get that diagnosis over the phone with no exams at all.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, even after that so-called phone call and claiming that they were going to stop trying, they still were not taking any precautions at all, like at all, to prevent another pregnancy or miscarriage from happening. So as in, they were rolling the dice with another life. So basically, like I've said before, she was asking for it. I'm just going by their narrative. Also, back in July 2020, after her so-called loss, she finally scheduled an appointment to go get looked at, which is weird because she claimed she couldn't get looked at or set any appointments due to an insurance issue, but okay. But then she decided to cancel said appointment in July 2020 because she didn't want to stress out about it.
I don't know what's like going on in my body, but like I'm gonna get checked out in a little while if I can't figure this out, because I am literally so confused with what's going on. So if you guys are wondering like how trying to conceive was going and stuff like that, that's how it's going. It's just like, I don't know what's going on. That's basically it. I had an appointment on the 9th, and then I canceled it because I was like, I just can't stress about it right now. Like, I don't want to have that like mentalness about it right now, if that makes sense. I just was like, you know what, we're gonna put it on the back burner for a little bit longer.
So maybe, just maybe, Keren, when people are telling you to just relax, it's because you literally said that's what you were going to do. So they were just co-signing on your own words. I mean, come on, that's the only thing that makes any sense. Just like the whole just adopt thing. She's acting like people were throwing shade.
Well, if you don't like dead babies, Keren, then just go adopt, loser.
When that didn't even happen at all. Like I said, she pushed out a video where she told her community that she couldn't have any more babies. And so her fans were just asking her if she would ever consider adoption as an option, and that's it. What's wrong with that, Keren? What is wrong with just asking that? It's not shade. It's not even rude or anything. It's a legitimate question. But you know what does tickle me is that she gets so pressed over things such as just relax or just adopt. But when somebody tells her,
Bet you're pregnant.
all she does is laugh and responds with this.
Tell it to my tampon.
Or one could literally quote Karen's secondary infertility video where she lost 4 babies and give a timestamp and everything. And Qual literally just laughs about that too. Yeah, not buying it. Also, after all 4 losses, she goes on her personal channel and addresses another comment that she gets all the time.
We are trying for another baby. No, I'm not pregnant right now. I'm getting a lot of comments like, you're glowing, you're pregnant, but no, I'm not.
So again, telling her to give her body a break and just asking her if she's willing to adopt is an issue. Those are rude and insensitive comments. But betting she's pregnant or quoting and giving timestamps to a video where you're announcing as to why you're losing all your babies are not considered insensitive or rude. She seems a little confused on what to be triggered on, which is very typical of a pathological liar. People like this don't understand things that they don't experience. So there's always plot holes to the story, and Keren has a lot of holes. And also people weren't telling Keren at least it was early on or it wasn't a real loss. I've never seen that comment anyone, even the so-called haters, haven't even said that, at least from what I have seen. But from my observation, there's only 2 teams here. Team real struggle and team fake struggle. And there's no in between. To be honest, she probably just saw a TikTok on her For You page where someone actually left a comment to a mama that's actually going through a real struggle. Because remember, this all was at random. Nobody provoked Keren at all. This was just out of the blue. So that's probably what happened here. But again, it is quite comical of Keren to be so triggered over these insensitive so-called comments. Yet has said it herself that it was good that she hasn't been pregnant in so many years.
It can be dangerous to have a baby vaginally after having more than 2 C-sections, especially because I had them back to back to back. My 3 C-sections were all in 5-year span. So it was actually probably for the best that we didn't get pregnant for 3 years. We haven't had a baby in, it'll be 4 years.
A whole high school career.
Crazy.
But I thought you were pregnant, Keren. I mean, how the hell do you even consider that you had 4 losses if you don't even consider them a pregnancy? That doesn't make sense to me. So by her own words, I mean, this is what it sounds like to me, that she's not considering them real losses. I mean, like I said, that's what it sounds like. So why is she so pressed about the same comments that she's giving to herself? Oh, I know why. Victim mentality. So there's one more thing on their little TikTok that I want to address, which is the description. And that states, I've posted my HCG blood test results multiple times, and still to this day, people make up that I faked my miscarriages. Sickening. Lowest of the low people. Yeah, that doesn't really mean much to me, Keren. Not from someone who put other people in danger for clout. They literally had to apologize for putting other people at risk. These are also the same people who scam their audience out of money, who justify as to why Qua broke into cars and stole from other people. Yeah, so your little throwing Keren, you little monkey, means nothing to me because you are the lowest of the low. You are sickening. Also, keep in mind that the people calling her out, all of them, have lost a baby themselves. So she's throwing shade at people who literally lost their own children. Not really a move I would do, but you know, Keren's gonna be a Keren. But she didn't show her blood test multiple times. She showed it once on her Instagram stories and then it was gone forever, which didn't even prove a damn thing at all. Because at the time she was dealing with kidney stone issues that mess with pregnancy tests and give off false positives, which is also why she had so many problems with so many tests.
I actually got a few positive pregnancy tests that month too, but turns out it was just, I guess sometimes when you have kidney issues, it can give you a false positive. So that was very heart-wrenching as well because I kept thinking yes, and then, I don't know, it just kept kind of getting take it away.
Even in May 2020, while vlogging her so-called loss, she apparently went in to go get a blood test to make sure that it was an actual miscarriage and not her kidney stones with her pregnancy test. But then she ended up denying that same test even though she needed to know what was wrong with her body because she was being driven crazy.
It looks like a miscarriage, so I just want to confirm it. I don't want to think I'm freaking crazy anymore, so I'm going to draw up my blood and see if it is a miscarriage or whatever.
But if you want, I mean, I can
can check the blood pregnancy test and check a number if you want to have an exact. I
mean, it's not necessary, I don't think. No, that's okay.
You're okay?
Yeah.
And at the end of all that, she just claimed it as a miscarriage, even though the doctor never even confirmed it. And she wonders why we don't believe her. So if she knows that kidney stones affect pregnancy tests and give off false positives, and she does know this, I just proved it with the clip, then why was she so set on this one HCG blood test and try to use it as hardcore concrete evidence against the so-called haters to prove that she was pregnant? I mean, if kidney stones give off false positives, then why wouldn't she factor that in when it came to the blood work? Man, for someone who avoided going to get looked at for so long, the longest time, who still hasn't gone to get looked at, by the way, she still hasn't, who also denied the very test that would confirm that she even had a miscarriage or not, who claimed she was being driven crazy by all of this, which would be understandable because, you wouldn't know what was wrong with your body, and she didn't. She was complaining about that she didn't know what was wrong with her, that she had pain. But she would rather buy all the Gucci in the world than spend one dime to find out everything that could be wrong. No, instead she had a bunch of excuses: her weight, working out, chromosomal abnormalities, scar tissue damage, this and that, man. The list goes on. It's all there for everyone to see. But after all this, she took that one test to prove all us haters wrong. This is the same girl, by the way, who said she had no choices left but to get surgery in order to possibly have a safe pregnancy. Keep in mind, that's all based on a phone call too. So surgery was her only choice left, right? Yet never once went in to go get an exam, and then she just randomly gets pregnant out of nowhere, out of the blue, with no issues and no concern at all.
It's a goddamn miracle.
Or I don't know, she's a pathological liar who's been doing this for 2 years now. And I know people still ask, why would someone do this? But there's many reasons. Money, clout, the fact that a lot of people around Keren were having babies. Yes, Keren is that petty, that jealous, that if someone around her has a pregnancy or even a miscarriage, she will claim one herself because she's jealous that they're getting the attention. And that is who Keren is as a person. Anyways, all you jealous haters, that's about it. Now, I really was not planning at all to make this video, but that TikTok came my way and Keren just really pissed me off, especially as a father who's lost his son at 30 weeks in the womb. So I felt like I needed to speak about this, and honestly probably just needed to vent a little to you guys, because man, people like this just really grind my gears. And I'm not ignorant or naive to people. I can see manipulation and lies from a mile away, and that's based from my experience with people like Keren and Kwa or the Dad Challenge podcast. Baldy. But anyways, don't believe anything Keren and Kwa say. They are liars. They literally lie about everything. It's insane. When you dive into them, it's just incredible on how much they lie. They are probably one of the worst family channels, the worst people I've ever seen on this platform, ever. They're online to do two things: to gaslight you and to take your money. But that's all I got for now. I'll catch you guys on the next one.